Mr. Cottrell here with 29 Palm Science. In this video, we're going to learn how particle theory explains pressure. Pressure is a measure of collision strength. So collisions cause pressure. In this simulation, we're going to check out the collisions and see how they cause pressure. Gas molecules collide with each other and everything in their way. If we look at the left side of this simulation, we can see molecules moving and colliding with the walls and the piston and everything. The collision of gas particles applies a push or a force. So we can see here the push or force changes, and it changes when it switches from 20 molecules on the left side to 60. So adding particles will increase collisions, and removing particles will decrease collisions in a system. Our system here is a cylinder. It's closed on the left side. There's a piston in the cylinder, and it probably has air pressure on the right. That's an easy way to get constant pressure. And anyway, when you add particles on the left, you can see their collisions push that piston to the right against that constant pressure. So more particles can apply a greater force, and fewer particles can apply less force. And anyway, the force that the moving particles apply, that is the pressure. Okay, pressure does not pressure is a measure of particle motion. So the force from collisions changes with the number of particles, and we can see that when it goes from 20 to 60 particles, it moves that piston to the right. Now let's think about the speed of the particles. And faster things collide with more force, and slower things collide with less force. So here we see two vehicles. In one, it collided with more force. It is the shorter vehicle. So we can look at these. Which car applied more force, the yellow vehicle or the red one? And which car was going faster, the yellow one or the red one? So you can see speed, the faster something's going, the more force gets applied. Faster particles collide with more force and thus cause more pressure. We can see here in this little animation, the particles are moving around, and as they collide with the pressure gauge, they apply a force, and that force is measured as pressure. Slower particles collide with less force and thus less pressure. Now there's a relationship between temperature and pressure, but these are both due to particle speed, so that relationship makes sense. And so here we'll look at a simulation, or video of a simulation, and we will see how temperature or speed of particles affects pressure. So right now the particles are speeding up, going faster and faster. They're hitting the pressure gauge harder and harder, and the red pressure bar increases. And we'll see that again. Okay, temperature is low. That means speed is low. Temperature is just a measure of speed. And as the speed increases, the pressure increases. All right, so just remember particle speed, that's what temperature measures. And the harder or the faster the particles go, the harder they hit the pressure gauge, and the higher the pressure is measured. Thank you very much.